What's going on, everyone out there in YouTube land? Today we're going to check out a resin or a carbon fiber like device coming from Smok. This is the Majesty, not the Majesty, Mark. Even though I called it the Majesty and I don't even think Majesty is a word, this is the Majesty. Yes, I am an idiot, I admit that. Now this is a kit. It does include the TF-V8 X Baby tank, but I am using the TF-V8 Baby Beast Light Edition because we are doing two Smok reviews today. There will be another video following this video. You guys got to make sure you watch both videos to get in on a pretty awesome giveaway. So at the moment, got the Light Edition on top, 64 watts, vaping on some of the Hydra liquid from the Final Boss vapes that we talked about yesterday. Whew. Let's have a vape, shall we? Very, very good. Now, the Majesty was sent over directly by Smok for the purpose of this review. If you guys are looking to pick one up or check one out after the video, there are quite a few sites that will have these in stock. Everything is at pre-order status at the moment. Going price, I've seen it as low as $59 all the way up to $91 for the kit. Let's have an up-close look at the Majesty kit, this one coming from Smok. Quick look at the presentation box. The Smok packaging is pretty much the same for all their products. Nothing really changing with the packaging. Inside the box, you guys will get the Majesty device. Now this particular one is the carbon fiber edition. Along with the device, they will include the TF-V8 X Baby tank. You'll get a coil head pre-installed. They will include an additional coil head. You'll get an extra glass tank. They're going to toss in some tank bands or bumpers. You'll get some O-rings and a top fill grommet, micro USB data and charging cable, and of course, a user manual. Dimensions on the Majesty, we're looking at 85 millimeters tall, 46 millimeters wide, and 30 millimeters thick. Now it does come in either a carbon fiber finish, as you can see here, and for a few bucks more, you can actually get the resin edition that you see there. Now if we do a quick comparison of the Majesty up against the IPv6X, dual 18650, you'll see it's about the same height as the IPv, but it is a little bit wider. If we compare it next to the Therion, which is also a dual 18650, you'll see it's not as wide as the Therion, but it's about the same height. Starting at the top, we're going to have your stainless steel 510 connection with a gold-plated spring-loaded pin in the center. Now, the Majesty does measure 30 millimeters thick, but it will only look good with atomizers up to 25 millimeters because the 510 is a little bit close to the edge right there. So if we screw down the Kennedy, which is of course a 25 millimeter RDA, you guys will see it does sit nice and flush, and we get no overhang on the sides, no overhang on the front, but it does come right to the edge. Along the side, we're going to have your firing switch, and we have one of the side-mounted buttons that Smok is really known for, and they've actually come a long way. The very first one they made wasn't the greatest, but this one actually is pretty fantastic, nice and comfortable to use. It's clicky, it feels very solid, and I like the way it's kind of raised up right there. So if you hold your mod like this, you can squeeze it or you can fire it with your thumb. Overall though, I had no issues at all with the button. At the bottom is your battery door. We have one of the very popular flip style battery doors. No ventilation holes at the bottom. What you're going to do is just pop it open like so. It runs dual 18650s. We have these plastic tubes on the inside. They are not removable. We got your gold-plated contacts at the top, your battery indicators. Very hard to see with the black on black. We do have reverse battery protection like pretty much every other device. So if you pop your batteries in the wrong way, you don't have to worry. And with the batteries installed, we have no button rattle and no battery rattle. On the front, we're going to have your 1.3-inch display, and I must say I much prefer this newer display over the previous one they were using. Also, navigating the menu I find to be a little bit easier with the newer firmware they're running. And we'll talk about the menu in a moment, but nice display, bright, easy to read. The font does get a little small at the bottom, but you could still read it outdoors with no problem. Below that, we got your wattage up and down buttons. They do stick out quite a bit. And below that, we got your micro USB port. We do have charging over USB. I'm not sure if this one offers 2 amp charging or not. I didn't see it mentioned anywhere, but we do have USB charging and firmware updates over USB. Now, as for the finish and the durability on this device, I think Smok did an amazing job on the carbon fiber and the resin. Really good looking device. Now, I went on their website to see if they're using actual real carbon fiber. I doubt they are, but I thought it might have been a wrap, so I took my nail and I tried to get it underneath the finish to pull up the wrap, but I was not able to do so. So I have a feeling they're using, I don't know what they're using, some type of material that looks like a carbon fiber, and I must say it's pretty damn durable. And I love this faceplate they have around the screen and the buttons. Now, on the resin one, this is actual real resin. This one does cost a few dollars more, comes in a variety of colors, and if you guys have ever felt or used a resin mod, you know it has that kind of rubbery matte texture to it. Overall, once again, I think they did a really good job. Let's have a closer look at the screen and some of the menu functions. At the top, we got the Smok logo, dual battery indicators, we have your puff timer, we have the set wattage, we have the resistance of your coil with ohms below it, voltage being applied with voltage below it, we have the boost you have it set for, and then we also have your puff counter. Now, to access the menu on here, 3 clicks of the firing switch, 1, 2, 3, and I much prefer the newer layout of the menu because you can do everything from one screen. So we can go from wattage mode to temperature mode to memory mode all on one screen. If I select titanium, I can adjust the wattage, just do a long press on the firing switch. You'll see a little arrow pop up. Now I can adjust the wattage and I can go all the way up to 225 watts. If I wanted to adjust the TCR, do a long press again, adjust the TCR. If I do a quick press, it will bring me to the puff counter information. We can adjust that if we like, just do a long press, but we're not going to do that. Quick press will bring us over to the screen settings where we can adjust the color of the font. We can adjust the screen timeout and we can auto lock the device. Once again, do a long press if you want to get in there. 1, 2, 3, I was too slow. Quick press, quick press, quick press. And if I want to power it off, I'll do that all in here. Now, to lock the device, it's going to be 5 clicks of the firing switch. It's not going to turn it off. It's actually going to lock it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And as you can see, I was currently locked. Now it's unlocked. But when you lock it, it actually locks in the power setting, and it actually prevents you from vaping, which I like. Some devices still allow you to vape when the device is locked, which I don't like. Now, if you do a quick press, well, hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you do a quick press of the wattage down and the firing switch really quickly, it will allow you to jump into wattage or temperature mode, so you don't have to go into the menu. And then if you do the opposite, that's where you adjust your boost. You have normal, soft, and hard. And that's pretty much it, guys, for the menu. Very, very easy. Also inside the kit, they're going to include the TF-V8X Baby Tank. I've reviewed this tank many, many times, so we're going to run through it really quick. A 24.5 millimeter sub-ohm tank, 59 millimeters tall. They are using the same large, tall Delrin drip tips. These are not 810 style, but Smok does offer different colors. You could purchase actually different drip tips if you'd like. We do have top airflow on the X Baby. It will prevent leaking. And we have adjustable airflow control. The air slots measure 14 millimeter by 2 millimeter, so it has a lot of airflow, but you can cut it down for a more restricted vape. We do have top fill. Just like all the other Beast tanks, you're going to swivel open the top. There's going to be your fill port on the side, and then just close it off and lock it. Tank capacity on this one is 4 mLs, but they do offer a 2 ml version. No airflow slots at the bottom because the airflow is at the top on this one. Standard 510 pin that's not adjustable, and they will include 2 coil heads. You'll get a Q2 core coil, which is a dual coil, ohms out at 0.4, and they'll also include a T6 core, which is a sextuplet coil that ohms out at 0.2. So let's have a quick vape off the Majesty, not the Majesty, and we'll talk briefly about the tank, and then we'll talk about the device. Delicious. Now, remember, you do not get the light up edition baby tank on here. The big baby Beast. Oh man, there's so many Beast tanks. You get the regular X Baby tank on here. Now, the X Baby, I've reviewed it a few times. I've been using it for a long time now. My wife uses it. It's a really good low wattage to mid wattage tank, I think. Puts out good flavor. It's got decent amounts of airflow. The drip tip is a little large on there, But overall, it's a good tank. Smok pairs it with most of their devices, and most of all, it has top airflow, so therefore it's not going to leak on you. So I am a fan of the X-Baby. I think it's a really good tank. Now, as far as the device is concerned, when it comes to the resin and the carbon fiber, I don't know if it's real carbon fiber. I doubt it is, but they did state they're using a new material. It feels good in the hands. It's really durable, and I can't peel it off with my fingers. So I don't think it's a wrap. The resin one feels great in the hands. It has that nice rubbery kind of matte finish to it. Love the color options. Love the build quality. I think they did an amazing job designing this one. I love the way it looks. As far as the 510 connection, it looks good with atomizers up to 25 millimeters. If they would have bumped that 510 back a little bit, we probably would have got 28 on here with no overhang. But 25 is still good, so no complaints there. The firing switch, I love the lever style. And as I said before, Smok has perfected the lever style button. You know, in the very beginning, when they started using this style button, it was loud and clunky and loose. But now it's a nice, tight button. Clicky, responsive, no issues. It's a joy to use. The screen, love the screen. The font does get a little bit small at the bottom right here, but at least the wattage is nice and big, easy to read. It's a decent brightness to where you're going to see it outside. The menu, I love the improvement on the menu. It's very easy to navigate. You can do everything on one screen. You don't need to dive into menu and then sub-menu, so really easy to operate this one. Of course, we got your wattage buttons, no problems there. Micro USB port, firmware updates, and all that good stuff. Now, one thing you're probably wondering, does it do 225 watts? I can tell you that I tested my Blazer tank at 225 on here, and then on my DNA 250, and it felt more like a between 180 and 200 watts. So it's a little shy of 25 watts, which is not really a big concern to me, but overall, I think it's an awesome mod. I think Smok did a great job, and if you like the looks of these devices, definitely check them out because they're awesome. Really, really awesome device. So that's pretty much it, guys. Now, if you're wondering about what's going on here with this giveaway, like I said earlier, I'm doing 2 Smok reviews today, so you have to check out the second review in order to get in on the giveaway. So details for this giveaway will be following the video coming up, I guess. Yeah. That's it, guys. That's all I got for you today. Have any comments or questions on the Majesty, please feel free to leave them below. Please like, share, and subscribe. I will talk to you fine folks later. Make sure you guys... I just spit again. I gotta stop spitting. Make sure you guys build safe and vape on.